A few days ago, I released a video about gaining 150 subscribers in like 4 weeks. And I'm talking about why I think lots of small channels don't grow a lot. And what I've learned throughout building startups, because of building startups, how I applied that knowledge to actually understand YouTube a little bit more. And that's the whole topic about the YouTube, that particular video. And under that video, there was a comment from a couple of days ago, a very important comment, very, very, very spot on question. And I decided to actually record the answer. I've answered that question on the YouTube, but I decided to actually record a video, longer video about it because it's very important to understand. And the comment comes from some nice guy. He's saying basically very respectfully, saying, please don't get it wrong, but how is it that guy with 500 subscribers, it's 600 subscribers by the way, how come a guy with 500 subscribers giving advice to people how to run YouTube channel? And he was very respectful. He said that, please don't take it the wrong way. He asked a question. He answered. He said why he's asking this question, and he said a few words about himself. So if you're watching it, thank you so much for that comment. And that video is also for you. See, there is a misconception about people building businesses, and that YouTube video was about my experience in building businesses and how it relates to building YouTube and how I treat this YouTube channel as a business. There's a misconception people thinking, oh, if I start building my startup, I don't know, my local shop somewhere, whatever, startup in your local town, the best person to ask for advice would be Jeff Bezos, right? Or if I started my YouTube channel, I would give everything to ask MrBeast for advice. And that sounds kind of right, but it's wrong. And here's why. Jeff Bezos, MrBeast, anybody with like insane amount of success in what they do, they're so far away from where you and I are, right? And it doesn't matter if YouTube or business. Asking these people questions about how do you get out of the small channel hell, or how do you get first client, how do you get things going as your startup, they won't tell you this. Like these guys, they have different problems. They have different. They're galaxies away from us. Of course, they will know the answers to it. They give you even maybe some the average advice, the popular advice, like put more content, be more interesting, better this, better that. Check your metrics, check for demand, and etc. But you see, these are the advices you can find freely out there from all sort of people out on the internet, right? And Jeff Bezos and MrBeast will also give you that advice. But the real gold is in actually somebody, is listening to somebody or watching somebody who is closely related, who's very close to where you are right now, okay? So what I mean by this is if you have a small YouTube channel and YouTube works like, he recommends small channels to to other small channels, to smaller creators, right? So there's like some ratio, of course, but I've got lots of small channels being recommended, and I follow lots of them because I want to see what they do, how they do, what works for them, if they're growing or not, because I learn for myself. So if you are one of those channels and you have, a couple of hundred views, subscribers, you would do yourself much bigger favor if you would follow somebody like me, for example, who's growing 100, 200, 300 followers a month, subscribers, rather than listening the biggest accounts on the YouTube, right? Because I am where you are. I am exactly there. And I was probably a couple of months ago with 200 subscribers, but you were. So I've done something over the last month, something which worked. I'm not giving you theory. I'm telling you exactly how it worked for me, particular with this particular case. And if you're watching my YouTube, that means it's a similar interest. You see, MrBeast, his videos are like of no interest to me whatsoever. You would have to pay me to watch this, okay? I'm not gonna say he's shit. He's absolutely, of course, he's genius, but that's just not my thing. I would rather watch somebody who's got 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers around what my niche and what doing similar things to me than somebody like MrBeast. And same goes to business. If you really want to learn and you say in your local, you live in your local, you're in a small town, you want to open a business or startup, you would do way better if you would find somebody in around there who's been running that similar business for some time, or somebody who's going to get clients, somebody who's doing similar things to you, if you're in similar age, similar problems recently, rather than some guru business advisor or guru, state hero of YouTube, right? So that's number one. But there's a trap here, you see, because of course we see a lot of fake gurus on the internet, people who are just giving advice because they can, because they are anonymous. So the particular reason I put that video on YouTube about growth, of course I was aware, like I'm not a guru and I'm not claiming to be, and I said that in the video. It's because I have different set of skills and experiences which I am using as a leverage to grow my channel. Okay, and that is the key. So if I am a guy who's never, I don't know, I'm an 18-year-old student who just basically is about to learn life, right? And I don't have much to show. And I'm going to teach people how to live their lives. That's fraud. That's rubbish. But if you are a 40 years old dude after 2 divorces, I don't know, failed businesses, some career, CEO of SP 500, something like that, then you have experience. You can tell people how to live their lives based on your experience, okay? That's the difference. And now, with my experience building startups, selling startups, ruining startups, like being in the business for quite a long time, understanding that this can be this is closely related to how you can run your business as your YouTube as a business, and I applied this knowledge and the experience, and then I saw big growth. That means that's exactly the reason why I think people should be listening to somebody like me, claiming this is a case for you. Maybe you can try it. Okay, so the misconception about somebody who's got a huge following and only then they can talk, or you have these anonymous wannabe gurus talking bullshit, whatever, because somebody, copying basically, the motivational stuff from the internet, is not the way forward. Obviously, I'm open. It's easy to see who I am. I share my business experience on that channel, so I'm not bullshitting you. And I'm openly saying I'm learning YouTube. This is my new startup. YouTube is my new startup. You see, it's just, I used to build businesses. Now I'm building business around this, around you guys, around my content, talking to you. That is why I feel like I am the right person to talk to you about my ideas and thoughts about how you can grow your channel, how you can get out of your small channel hell, because I relate closely. I was there myself. For me, getting this 5, 10, 15 subscribers is like, oh my God, how do we do it? Like, it's like, the pain. How do you get 100 subscribers, then 200? Because you see, the algorithm works against you at the beginning, kind of. I mean, they try to push your channel, but when people see their videos got little view count, they just don't click. That's how our brain works. So you have to grow, be patient, and just get this 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 subscribers up until you get to some point momentum where the growth becomes exponential, right? And that's YouTube game. The hockey stick. You just nothing, and then boom, goes up. The key here is it's not nothing. It looks like nothing once you get really high up, but you have to keep growing consistently, small, but keep growing. You can't stay nothing, because then YouTube will not like you. You won't be promoted, you won't be pushed anyway, and you will just basically live in your mental health, a hell of why it doesn't work, what's the point, etc. Right? And I know it. I've been there myself. Again, and that's my experience, because I'm so close. I can closely relate to my experience to what you're going through, guys. So again, my idea is to going back to that video quickly. I'm not gonna. If you're interested, just watch the video, but treat YouTube as a business, right? Rather than just talk you, whatever, like give your rants on the internet, because that nobody wants to do that. But this is why I feel I am the right person to give that advice. I think it's important to understand that although watching gurus it can be entertaining, it can be some gold nuggets of knowledge and experience, and it's nice, but you would do yourself way better as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a small YouTube channel creator, following somebody around you, doing slightly better, but especially seeing growth, because that means that person doing something right now. Okay, it's not about they got this 5, 7 million, million subscribers. It's right now the guy is going from 400 to 550 subscribers in 1 month. Okay, I want to see why, because I was on my YouTube for the last 5 months and I got 7 subscribers, right? And then it builds up, and then you move on. If I'm not growing fast enough, then you move on to somebody else who does. And eventually you become big enough so people will follow you, and that's how you build up. And that's where the knowledge is. That's how reality of business is actually, it looks like. It goes the same in sales. It's not like you're building a business for another misconception, right? A similar thing is people building businesses, startups for clients. In their minds, there's like 100,000 clients and they want to sell it to them. And when I talk to founders and they can't sell for like months, right? And they're just thinking, what's they doing wrong? What's the problem? Is it them? Is it the product? I say, but how many clients we got? Oh, I'm not yet, but we've done this research. It's like, look, forget about all the research, all the nonsense. You have to have one client, one sale, and then you take it from there. And the same goes in here. You have to have one subscriber to go to 2 subscribers, to go to 5 subscribers, 10 subscribers, and so on, right? So if somebody's doing what you're doing, let's say it's a small YouTube channel and it's growing, and you can see it actually is growing, and somebody's working hard and it's being not faking it, being real, I would encourage you to just keep an eye on it. You don't have to be my fan, like my channel. You're more than welcome to follow me. I appreciate your support. But if I was you, I would keep an eye on somebody like this. I also see what people do, what channels don't grow, why the channels don't grow, and then I also make my mental notes of it. Like, oh, I see why this channel is not growing, because I wouldn't watch this because of this. And that I know what not to do on my channel with my content. So that's it. I hope it's helpful, guys. If it is, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you're not subscribing yet. Thank you so much for your time, for your support. I hope it answers some of your questions. If you have more questions, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.